Lions have to do now to correct that situation?
Well, first of all, it's nice to have you back. And, yeah, I think Wayne Fonts comes in here and he says, we'd just like to forget those 16 times that we came to RFK and haven't beaten the Redskins. I think they've done a couple things about it. One, he says that where they've really gotten hurt is turnovers. So he talked a lot about ball management. One of the things that's going to help them with the ball management is the other thing is being able to stop the run and control the games. They haven't done it yet this year. In fact, Emmitt Smith 2 weeks ago.
Sitting very relaxed on the sideline. The Redskins will kick off.
Low Miller. Back deep, the dangerous Mel Gray. But he won't be dangerous with this one. Ripped it out of the end zone. Rodney Peete opens at quarterback for Detroit. His 4th year, and he keeps getting better and better. In front of him, the question mark. Lomas Brown and Scott Conover, both certainly more than adequate tackles. Sean Bowens. The rest of the offensive line remain a question mark. Barry Sanders, 4 wide receivers, and let's see if they open that way. Barrett and Green wide. Perryman and Farr inside. Green comes left. Barrett to the right. There is 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers to the right. Jimmy Johnson lined up tight. That's Johnson coming in motion. And Peete will throw on 1st down. No, he will not. Bobby Wilson was the first Redskin to arrive, a loss of 7. On defense for the Super Bowl champions, Stokes, Johnson, Wilson, and Mann up front. Collins, Govea, and Wilbur Marshall, the 3 linebackers. And in the secondary, Darrell Green, of course, is out. Johnson and Mayhew are the cornerbacks. Edwards and Copeland, the 2 safeties. 2nd and 17 back at the 13th. Reggie Barrett, wide right. Again, Johnson in motion. Again, Peete back to throw. To Sanders. To the 20, 21 maybe.
Scores 7-0 before they even get their shoulder pad
He
warmed
kept
up.
saying what we can't afford is to get behind early and turn it over early. 3rd down. Peete to throw again. Pass complete. That's Willie Green. Wide left. Sanders first carry with room. And here at RFK Stadium, our score is 0-0. And the 49ers over the Jets, 2nd and 1. Sanders didn't quite get 10.
Well, that was never a soft middle in this Redskin.
Nobody ran in the middle when he was there. Nobody even tried. 1st down, Lions, midfield. Sanders again. Room again.
He's ever seen in his life.
2nd and 6. On a blitz this time. They cut off Sanders at the pass, but sometimes that's a mistake. Good open field tackle by A.J. Johnson. Loss of 3.
And if A.J. Johnson doesn't make that tackle, that was going to be a long run. Watch this one. There's only one guy that can do this, Barry Sanders. Look at that big pile up and all those guys. He's pointing there. He's pointing there. A.J. Johnson makes a heck of an open field tackle.
And boy, you're so right. If he doesn't.
Look at that. If he doesn't. That is a lot of grass in front of him.
3rd down, about 9. Peete back to throw it. Pass is caught by Sanders. Not enough for Jim Arnold in to punt it. Brian Mitchell, also dangerous. Back deep, good kick, however. That one will go all the way and out of the end zone. So the Redskins will take over at the 20. 44-yard punt by Arnold. Mark Rippon opens again at the Redskin quarterback slot. In front of him, Lachey, McKenzie, Bostic, Florette, Jacoby, and Donnie Warren. Veterans all. Biner, the lone setback, Sanders, Clark, and Monk scheduled to open, all three of them. Instead, it's two tight ends, Monk and Clark. Middleton moves in motion. Biner gives to Clark on the reverse. Gary Clark, first down, Washington. Benny Blades made the stop. The Detroit defense, and it has improved considerably over last year and the last time they were here, certainly. Pritchett, Ball, and Owens up front. Kofer, they welcomed him back. Gibson, Spielman, and Jamison, the linebackers. Secondary, Crockett and Jenkins, the corners. Blades and White, the two safeties. They're a good unit. Middleton moves back with Biner. Warren comes in motion. Biner. Outside the 35, he got...
And no penetration, and you can find a gap in there, but there's not a lot of gaps against this defense.
They need 6. Biner to the left, not much.
Get used to that audible, because I heard him say, here they come, they're coming right there.
They still need 6. Rippon hit from behind, but the pass is caught by Monk. Rippon was level by Kofer.
Hey, he was being chased. They brought their corner, too. Ray Crockett was coming, and you talk about speed going after Rippon from his backside. He had to get rid of that ball right when he did, because the Detroit Lions are getting rid of it.
First down, Redskins. Biner to the left. About 6. Spielman, they keep very close track of.
Because it's easy once you start passing to forget about the run and not go back to it.
2nd and 4. Rippon fake to Biner all kinds of times. Both teams have shown an ability to move the ball. Sanders in the game now. Biner behind Rippon, but not directly. Rippon to Sanders. To about the 34, a gain of 12.
Jerry Ball got close to that one. Watch Jerry Ball, 93, makes a good move on Florette. He beats the double team. He's right at Rippon's feet. Sanders just runs a hook, but watch when you got a load like that coming at you, it's hard to step and follow through. In fact, Rippon took that front leg and just spun it right around. Watch that right leg. He just spun that thing right around because, one, you...
Saying yesterday from the beginning of training camp, this guy, Art Monk, has taken every rep, meaning run every play.
And that's a big thing for Joe Gibbs, too, because he firmly believes that old saying that you play like you practice, and if they don't practice, Joe doesn't want them playing.
That sort of builds up that inner toughness, at least as he sees it. Here comes counter trey.
His ankles, and Joe Gibbs says you always wonder if he's going to get up, but he always does.
2nd and 7. Rippon straight back. Kofer in his face, but he got it to Sanders. A gain of 12. Blades knocked Sanders out of bounds.
Kofer, that was Raleigh McKenzie. Just get enough bump on Kofer to knock him out.
1st and 10. Biner to about the 15. Kofer made the stop.
A guy like Jerry Ball that just out of the blue said Joe Jacoby's a mean guy. That's a compliment.
Biner takes it to the outside and takes it down inside the 10. Spielman stopped him at about the 6. A 10-yard pickup.
Hey, a great mixture. The Redskins, they have great mixture of formations, of plays. Here's their counter gap, the off guard, off tackle pull. Biner hits it back in that right side. You know, the Redskins only have 4 or 5 running plays, but they run them from a lot of different formations. And more important than that, they run them better than you can defend them.
1st and goal from the 6. 7 runs, 4 passes for Washington. Biner.
Let his whole forehead open. Wouldn't go out.
He is amazing. There are a lot of stories about him. Biner again. Touchdown, Redskins.
This is the way the Redskins wanted to start out, controlling the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage, being able to run, being able to stop the run. That was close to a perfect offensive drive.
Biner could have gone inside or outside.
Or he could have run to Virginia.
Instead, he stopped in the end zone. 7-0 Redskins. 13 plays. 80 yards. And they kept the ball 7 minutes and 51 seconds.
That's the start that Joe Gibbs wanted, the Redskins wanted, and that's not the start the Lions wanted, because as all the Lions said last night, you can't let those guys get on top of you at home. They're tough to play catch-up against.
Well, they asked, or you asked Joe Gibbs about Biner yesterday and how he was doing, and he just said one word: tough. Just tough.
I think in Joe Gibbs's vocabulary, if you say, what do you look for in a player, that would be the one word: tough. And he has a bunch of them on this Redskin team.
He really does. Final score there. The Eagles rolling on. New Orleans beat Atlanta. 49ers over the Jets. Again, deep into the end zone in the nation's capital. Rodney Peete, the quarterback, drops to throw to Willie Green, had it and dropped it.
He has athletic arrogance, which is another word for confidence. He said there's nothing you can do that's going to spoil his confidence.
Peete is down in the hands of Tim Johnson. Second sack by the Redskins.
You watch, Johnson is right here. You watch the penetration. If there's any place that Detroit has trouble, it's with their guard. There's Sean Bowens right there. He just didn't have good footwork. He started him out, but you have to do more than that. I mean, you got to, boom, you got to get into that guy. You just can't give him a little shove. You have to get that left foot out, slide that right foot out, and get in front of him.
Well, that's the place they lost so tragically. The two offensive guard spots, Utley and then Andelsack. Sanders. Wilbur Marshall.
There. Last week there were two of them back there. Brian Mitchell got it and threw it across to Desmond Howard, who ran it for a touchdown.
Howard's 80, Mitchell 30. Arnold back to punt. This one off the side of his foot. They won't do much with this. And out of bounds. That might have rattled him just. The Washington offense so far on first down, 6 rushes, no passes. Most of it by Biner. One a reverse to Gary Clark.
And the other thing is they've averaged about 5 yards on those first downs. So that's a big key. I think when you talk about running and being able to run, you're talking about those types of things.
Rippon will throw this time on first down. Rippon has it picked off out of the arms of Clark. That's Benny Blade. Detroit ball. First and 10. At the Redskin 33. Fake to Sanders. Pete to throw.
Down 7-0, and you get a play like that. You don't get a lot of opportunities like that. And when you get an opportunity like that, you have to make the play. 2 wide receivers.
Second down. Again, a tight end. Johnson this time moves left. Pete scrambles away from one sacker and 2 or 3 more. And Pete
hot and sweating and all that. You don't see everything that's going on out there.
Pretty hard to make a decision. Third down. They need 12 yards. Redskin blitz. Quick release, almost picked off by A.J. Johnson.
That is what you call athletic arrogance. They hit 2 of you, they hit 2 on you, then they throw the slant. Instead of just playing the receiver, you play the ball. And
strong leg. You'll need it. With a lot of room. Washington 7, Detroit 3. Set the kickoff. He had it teed up on the 30. He was so proud. Now he moved it to the 35. He's been dropping them just about the goal line on purpose. That's what this is going to do. The 3, Desmond Howard. Or you might see the Cubs meet the team trying to derail the Pirates, the Expo. Baseball 92 begins at 2:30 Eastern. Football 92 is underway right now. Ricky Irvin down. Rippon to throw it. Outside to Irvin. The Detroit defense there in a hurry. Melvin Jenkins.
Boy, stuff started flying out of there.
3rd and 7.
Lucky he just hit grass.
There's Rippon back to throw under pressure. And I don't think the Redskins are not very aware of how dangerous Mel Gray can be. He's going to have some room. Ducks away from one, but somebody else is there quickly. Terry Orr. 44 stop, but it was Thomas, and that's good work.
Yeah, especially against a double team.
Yeah.
To get away from it and then outrun it.
Aubrey Matthews was the intended receiver, but it's batted away by him. Times he's had to scramble, but for the most part, he's had a couple of strikes in there that have been dropped. There's another one. Matthews and Detroit. Redskin 44. Pete gives to Sanders. And skip back into a bunch of Redskins. Bobby Wilson.
You aren't going to run that play against the Washington Redskins. That's their play. Watch, it's that counter tray. You're going to see the off guard and tackle pull him. See him? You see him pull? The Redskins can play that. See right here, Wilbur Marshall, he gets penetration, he takes it on, he's going to make it bounce back in there. They know how to play that. You get the penetration from the inside, you get the linebacker from Detroit, and the Redskins is out injured now, and he would be the 4th defensive tackle.
So Gathers is playing now, whom they got from New Orleans. Sanders. Nothing doing. Kurt Gobea is the first Redskin there.
Yeah, there's a guy who's a good football player who can play the run. He's a good tackler. He can play the pass. But all his plays are much better than his numbers are.
3rd down and 12. Pete to throw it. To Matthews. Not enough for a first. They're going to do right now, and they need 2 yards. Pete dodges away from some pressure and
touchdown.
Fumble on the play First down.
It was a fumble.
Timeout.
Redskins have it first. Just fumbled, maybe.
It's down and out. Remember, it was 4th down, but I don't think that was a fumble.
Other than us, there is no further review. Desmond Howard as one of the wide receivers now for Washington, but the give is to Irvin. Close to a first down, a penalty marker down from way back deep in the... Three wide receivers right together. On the left, that's Desmond Howard. The reverse to him, a flag on the play. Howard's down.
This Lion defense is Michael Kofor, number 55, down here in the end of the line of scrimmage. Getting him back. He is a speed rusher.
Rippon's pass caught by Clark. Like he's about a yard shy of a first down.
See him down there in the sideline.
3rd and 1. That's Irvin's for the Redskin first down. And Darrell Green settle. To set, I beg your pardon. Here's Rippon back to throw it. In all kinds of trouble. Donnie Warren. A rare reception for him.
Mark Rippon.
2nd and 9. Rippon back to throw again, and down he goes.
Type quickness, but not Porsche type quickness.
Porsche is inside Kofor again in the defense on the right side. That's two guys who are very quick. And they're after Rippon. He comes out of the pocket, gets the ball to Clark. And from where they marked it, it's a first down.
I think Gary Clark talked him into another one there. I think the Redskins have talked themselves into 2 big plays, this being one of them. See, he's getting the speed from the left, so Rippon rolls to the right, but then comes back, and look at him hit Gary Clark. Now, that ball should have been spotted on that side of the line because there was no forward.
18 yards at all. 1st and 10 Redskins. They lead 7-3. Rippon fake to Viner. Going deep for his tight end, Terry Orr. McKenzie has moved in to play center.
Simmons is in there at right tackle, and they don't have any more left other than Matt Elliott, the backup center.
Rippon to throw it. Picked off by William White. His hand is bad. His back is bad.
I think that's the one we missed was the back, and I think that's the one that's bothering him now.
Screen pass to Sanders. He had a blocker. Such a great job of protecting Rippon. Nobody got that close to him last year.
I tell you, this year Jim Lachey is having trouble with speed.
There's Sanders. He's having trouble with Andre Collins and Bobby Wilson.
One thing everyone learns about playing against Barry Sanders is that you have to get penetration. You can't stand on a line of scrimmage and read and react. And you saw that time Andre Collins got the pressure. He got the penetration.
Sanders, 8 rushes for 20 yards. 3rd down and 3. Deep. Incomplete. Yards, the first one. He ripped about 20 yards through the end zone. Good. Arnold will hold. This one he pulled.
The Redskins is really needed now to do some pass protection work because they're beating Rippon around pretty good.
2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Flag on the play. That's Viner. To the
But that Jerry Ball was a low end, but now he's a whole big old load.
But did you notice he had his shirt tail in?
Wow.
That's the last time he had it in. Viner. Stopped by.
Everything was going pretty good, and they're going no huddle and stuff's falling out.
2nd and 5, the draw play to Viner. First down, Washington. Spielman.
Their timeout, so they have a little over a minute, and all 3 timeouts. That is plenty of time to score.
Rippon. Detroit 40. Stopped by Colon. No huddle. Less than a minute. Biner on the draw play. Trip.
This Lion defense is starting to look awfully tired.
I was down on the field before the game, and you're right. It's hot. Here comes Rippon. Chase by the ball. Incomplete. They need 11. Biner.
In every game they go into, they have a fake in their punting game.
And don't forget that the holder in this case is Rutledge, who's a quarterback. 53 yards away. 20. Yes, sir. Hansen from 52. No Miller comes back with 53. Kickoff will be handled by Mel Gray at about the 9. Gray to the third.
Alternative Detroit has here.
Here's the first pass. That's to Sanders.
With him, you don't find a lot of guys like him.
That's right. Where have they gone? They'll just run it out now as Sanders breaks a couple tackles and gets down to about the 34. That's the end of the first half.
You know that there's a big one in that body today, and you don't know which one it is, so you got to keep going.
Hanson's kickoff high and deep. Desmond Howard as it go out of bounds at about the 1-yard line.
They are getting tightening up.
Rippon's handoff to Biner, and Biner straight ahead outside the 40, a gain of 6.
It's because they haven't had time.
Rippon's been under a lot of pressure. To Biner again. And you can just almost hear Joe Gibbs
Right at him.
3rd and short. Irvins is the deep back. Gives them the carry. Close to a first down, but
Becky Irvin's made 2 very good moves there.
Biner now is the deep back. Biner gets the carry. 4 wide receivers for Washington. Looks like an audible. And the draw play to Biner. Biner breaks outside and gets about 7 yards. Melvin Jenkins came.
Bring him in, and then Lachey just used his torque to keep him going in there.
3rd and 3. Rippon back to throw it this time. Gives it outside to Sanders. Sanders. Redskins first down at the Detroit. Is the lone setback. 1st and 10 at the Detroit 37. Sanders with the man in motion. Here comes the play. Familiar play back left.
No, I just thought of that.
Second down. Sanders on the move. So is Ola. Now they're both set. Fake to Biner by Rippon. Gets it out to Biner. Biner very near another first down. Jameson made the stop. 9 yards. That joint.
And, and all that stuff they got a new Sully now, but where he really shines is on game day.
Biner straight ahead. Ball on the bottom of the pile.
So you need that like you need another hole in the head.
Well, he kept saying make it tighter.
Now, remember, Eric Williams is the guy that also played for the Detroit Lions. He came over here in a trade for the Lions.
Irvin's right side, not much.
Work. Then you got to face the team, not when you run.
Mo Miller from 34 yards. No good. It's 10. The Lions 3. 1st and 10 Detroit. Their own 20. Pete it up to Mike Hennon, who is the guard. Second down and 3. Pete to Sanders. Not much. Bobby Wilson. First to hit Barry Sanders. Andre Collins helped him out. And down and 3 at the 27. Outside to Jimmy. Back in the backfield. The real run and shoot. Now they'll have 3 wide receivers left and 1 right. Rodney Peete looking.
You got gloves, you got tactified gloves, you got all those things. You shouldn't slap the ball to the ground.
4 wide receivers again. Peete on the draw play to Sanders, and there is nothing there as Tim Johnson had it diagnosed perfectly. 3rd and 10. Ball's on the ground, and there's a scramble for it. Desmond Howard back deep for Washington. They respect Arnold. They are deep. And they made a wise decision. Desmond Howard. 10, Detroit 3. Quite a turnaround from last year's 2 meetings. Here's Griffin to Biner.
Well, a draft choice. And it's hard to get in sync, and the Redskins aren't in sync.
That's Biner. Jerry Ball made the stop 5 in the closing minutes, I should say, of the 3rd quarter. 10-3. His way to about the 28. He got 5 yards.
Inside running and running left, and they have right.
Second down, and Biner again. Biner cut down after a pickup.
Have done the last couple of weeks what the Philadelphia Eagles can do.
3rd and 1. Biner has 100 yards on the ground. Pass complete to Center.
He has in the past. Art Monk has only caught 1 pass today. Gary Clark usually catching 4.
4 wide receivers for the Redskins now, with Biner behind Rippon. Desmond Howard is the 4th. And Rippon looks to Clark. Hofer usually goes to the side away from the tight end. In this case, he's on the left. And the sweep goes that way. Biner. And Biner threaded his way for a pickup of 7. 2nd and 13 from the Redskin 34. As we begin the final quarter. Here comes a Detroit blitz after Rippon behind the line up to the left. In tight, but he'll move with Sanders. Biner is the lone back to throw it. Biner got a good block on Topher.
That's how they've gotten to Mark Rippon today.
Good burn back to punt. And Mel Gray back deep for Detroit. Line drive, not much of a kick. Gray has some time to field it and get going. All day. Lions have the ball, 1st and 10. Peete back to throw it.
Well, Reggie Barrett dropped 1 in the end zone, a touchdown. So Peete has gotten a few of them to him, and they just haven't been able to hold on.
Redskins after Peete. Willie Green this time hangs on.
Either off the waiver wire or a free agent or make a trade.
2nd and 20 at the 24. Matthews is a man in motion. This is Sanders on the draw play, and not much there. Andre Collins.
So Lee.
No, he sure isn't today because he slipped an awful lot. Huge animal.
3rd and 16. Detroit has 1 yard rushing in this half, 13 yards passing. Pete. Pass is picked off by Martin Mayhew. Mayhew knocked out of bounds by Pete at about the 10. Aubrey Matthews, the intended receiver, and he should not have gone to the well.
Remember Martin Mayhew in preseason against the Raiders? He had 2 pickoffs for touchdowns back-to-back. That one looked just like it. You can't work a lot on him. He's up on top because he is very aggressive towards the ball. You see him stop and go back. He's not just in position to make a tackle. He's going to take an interception position. That is a heck of an interception because he came in the back door on that one.
Boy, that school, Florida State, has produced some great defensive backs.
You know, with being the other cornerback away from Darrell Green, he's had a lot of people throw at him.
Irvin is the lone setback for the Redskins, and he gets to carry. Ricky Irvin. It usually does. Maybe that halfway explains those drop passes. We just can't have any turnovers. So they forget about catching the ball. This is Irvin's again. And he got maybe in front of him. Bourget again cut him off. 3rd down. Here's Rippon. And comes this time on the ground. From 27 yards. Lowmiller with Rutledge holding. And this time it's good. And so the Redskins move out to a 13-3, 10-point lead.
You know what that means? Be a good practice play having him running into Spielman, straight ahead Spielman, and old straight ahead Ed, hitting helmets with no air in their head.
See how long they were straight ahead. That'll be great. At the 1. Good room.
But they haven't been able to get anything going.
They need to have something to happen good quick. Pete still the quarterback. Back to throw it. Outside. That's Perriman on the screen pass.
Kay Johnson is him getting hurt because he hasn't been able to stay healthy over a long period of time.
2nd and 7. Pete with time this time. Pass to Willie Green. Split wide to the left. 1st and 10 Detroit. Their own 33. Pete on every down. Green with some room. Flag on the play. Rodney Pete. Hanson.
Official blows the whistle.
Remember it happened in the Super Bowl. Desmond Howard at the 1. Flag on a double move. A single move didn't beat Darrell Green. 13-10. Redskins first down at their own 14. Here comes the reverse, this time to Monk. Never said anything to him about his weight. He just plays as hard as he can all the time.
The only thing is he will get tired on you.
That was Biner. That's close to a Redskin first down. Stopped by.
Well, he's the Lone Ranger and Paul Tonto.
That was 3rd down and short. But you can't imagine how good it feels down your spine when you get a good hit like that. He was after me yesterday.
Yeah, about 10 or
7:52 left to play. Washington up by 3. Rippon going deep for Clark.
First down and 22 now. The Redskins are backed up to their 13. Sanders on the move and ripping to throw. Ripping to Biner. Spielman.
Call him anymore.
Being engaged is always dangerous. Ricky Irvin.
Getting whipsawed.
To Clark. First down and more. Redskins. Benny Blades tripped him up. 24-yard pickup, ripping to Clark. I told you his feet didn't stay on the ground very much.
There is a guy that is trying to make something happen. He doesn't even break stride. He runs right into this collision. Some guys will stop, some guys will dance, some guys will turn, twist, some guys will cringe. Gary Clark just runs right into and through it. Complete disregard for his body, ends up upside down, perpendicular, and sideways. He's like a fighter, that guy. I mean, he goes in, you know, you throw a punch, he'll step into it.
Biner, left side, moves the pile for a couple.
We're in a fight here today.
Second and 8. But some breathing room now for the Redskins up at their 46. Donnie Warren was the man in motion, and Ernest Biner, the ball carrier, tripped up behind the line.
Out. That could yet come back to haunt him.
Third and 8 or 9. Big down here, especially for Detroit. Rippin has a pass picked off. Melvin Jenkins, secondary. First down. Pete struggled to get the handoff to Sanders, who struggled to
Probably got hit a helmet right on the thigh.
Pete, incomplete. And Willie Green, wide left. Pete. Matthews, first down, but the Lions are ready to go. Redskin blitzes to Sanders. He doesn't. Second down there at the Redskin 40. 2:40 left to play. Pete gets away from the pressure, dumps it to his tight end. The Lions are within field goal range now. Pete to Sanders, incomplete.
Well, he started pointing at Wilbur Marshall.
Lomas Brown always does a good job.
One of the best.
Pete in the pocket. Well, let's get dry, don't they?
And they drafted him for these long field goals.
Here's Rodney Pete. Better be careful. That sack would have taken him out of field goal range, and Collins was all to the left. Arnold holding. Line drive is no good. Wide right. Left. The Lions only had
Need a first down, and then they could run the clock out.
and they'll take their time. This is Biner. And hang on to the ball, Ernest. To the 35. Second and 7. Biner, right side. And now producer of the NFL on CBS is Ed Gorin. Less than a minute. They can let it run out. It was a struggle for the Redskins, the defending Super Bowl champions. But they hung on. Redskin record is now 2-1. The Lions 1-2. Those two coached together when they were at Tampa Bay. Joe Gibbs won, but I'm sure he's not satisfied with his team's performance. So for John Madden, this is Pat Summerall saying so long from RFK Stadium. The final score was 13-10 Redskins. Stay tuned for the NFL.